Hi everyone, today's chapter is 1.3 Individual versus Collectivity. Thus, while thinkers of the Enlightenment emphasized the person or the individual, the reaction of those who opposed these thinkers wanted to emphasize the collectivity. Thus, these thinkers wanted to point out that there was more to existence than the individual, and this was society itself. Society was viewed as one long flow from past to present and onward to the future. Further, we find that roles and relationship along with organizations were the important aspects. Again, wholeness was vital aspect, emphasizing that the parts of a society were interrelated. Further, the conservative reaction about social change, which it felt was disruptive and could lead to societal disorder. Thus, the view of institutions was wholly uncritical. Therefore, while change was leading forward to a new world, the conservative reaction supported hierarchical structures and felt it to be essential for the system of status and remuneration. These were some of the essential features that existed and had to be faced by the liberals, that is, those with the Enlightenment, that is, leaving a positive view of both the French Revolution and Industrial Revolution. Let us now turn briefly to some of the sociologists of the Enlightenment. First, we will see in the chapter 1.4 Comte and the Enlightenment. Comte 1798 and 1857. Pioneering work in sociology, a term he coined, comprised partly an analysis and reaction to the Enlightenment and the French Revolution. Thus, Comte's positivity philosophy was aimed at what he felt to be a counter to that he considered to be the ill effects of the Enlightenment. His own approach was influenced by various counter-revolutionary thinkers such as de Bonald. Comte was, however, different from these counter-revolutionaries, and he ruled out a regression to the medieval times because science had advanced too much to make that possible. On the other hand, the development an excellent theoretical system, much better than anyone else at that time. Thus, Comte's sociology of social physics, or what he called sociology, was developed a counter to the social anarchy unleashed in France after the revolution. He wanted to build sociology after the rigorous approach of science, especially physics. Comte was an evolutionary theory which comprised a law which has three ascending steps or stages which have a claim to universality, that is, they apply to all societies. Thus, in this theory, we have first the theological stage, circa 1300, in which the supernatural powers and the religious icons were the most important factors impacting on society, and even the world is believed to be a product of God. Second one is the metaphysical stage, that is basically in between 1300 to 1800, was one in which the nature was held to explain everything about man and society. Then third one is the positivistic stage, that is beyond 1800, came next and was fundamentally influenced by science and the laws that it discovers. Thus, there was no God or nature in this stage, so far as explanations are concerned. Comte's position is that it is intellectual confusion that leads to social anarchy. According to him, two positivistic stages dominate only when even the traces of the theological and metaphysical stages have been finally reduced, if not completely eliminated from society. Only then would order prevail and the evolutionary scheme be proved correct. Since Comte's position was revolutionary, it is clear that he did not believe in violent type of revolutions. Reflections and actions, what we have to do is to discuss and describe Comte's evolutionary schemes for the progression of society. We can mention some other aspects of his work, and this includes his observations on social structure and social change. Comte stressed the interrelatedness of all the components of a society. He also believed that the consensus in society was a major requirement. Further, he did not believe in the exploitative view of the production process, that is, capitalists and workers. Comte further recommended that there was a need for theorizing and also of research. Finally, Comte, as a sociologist, believed that sociology would ultimately emerge as a dominant force due to its excellence in understanding the social process. Next, we will read about the Comte and the Enlightenment.